where I have to go in and push the button to resync it, you know.
No time to read the manual.
No time to read the manual when your patient is here in VFib, exactly. So these are just a couple of examples that seem really obvious when you know, get all the way to this end of them, but in the process, sometimes it's really hard to think up all the things that could go wrong, all the things. If everybody there is right-handed, who's going to think about those left-handers? Bless you all out there. That also lends itself to the power of diversity in your group. So the more diverse your design and development group is, more information that gets shared. So why don't people want to do these? What is their thoughts? You said, okay, here we go. We're going to get ready for design control. Well, the perceptions and sometimes truths. It's too much paperwork. Yeah. It restricts innovation and creativity. Well, you do have to document it. You're not just free to go off and do whatever changes you want to do. Yeah, maybe. Lengthens the development time. Perhaps a little bit. But what you get in return for that, you have to measure both sides. The meetings are long and boring. That one I'd probably say, yeah, it's not a perception. And the documents just collect dust. Shrika and I were talking beforehand, there are many companies who do not use this documentation to their benefit. So, a few tips for success. You're in the quality role, and one of them is really developing the synergy. Engineering, marketing, quality. Again, you're getting that diverse population, and you can get a lot more power in that. People will recognize things, and if quality can kind of foster that relationship, which is, you know, valuing the marketing input, the engineering input, that's very beneficial. Another is conducting training. Make sure people know why they're having to do this. So, you know, certain things that I've brought out in here, this is why this is important. It may be a little painful, it may be a little tedious, but this is a bit of a price in order to have this really strong, robust, quality device when we get finished. Organize your documents. If they are accessible, they're logical, you can find them, people will tend to use them. Now that we can, you know, organize things on the P drive or wherever you know, put those common documents where everybody can get to them, if they're organized very well, people will go in and use them. Create templates. If you're going from design project to design project, even though they're all different, they all have these elements, people have a comfort when there's familiarity. Oh yeah, I know these steps. Yep, I know what boxes I have to look at. And you know, you can adapt it a little bit, but take some of the mystery out of it, of exactly what is it that we need from people, what are the inputs, what are the outputs, how are we going to translate this. That can be helpful as well. The better you facilitate your meetings, making them efficient, staying on topic, parking topics that are not good for this meeting right now, but we do need to capture that. If you can provide those or have someone come in and provide those, excellent facilitation skills. Oftentimes people are not quite so fussy at the meeting. And of course snacks. Always gets people there, as y'all have seen. So those are a few things that quality can do. And then I think looking at the benefits, something that you can convey, keeps you in regulatory compliance. Some would argue this is probably the #1 reason that you should do it. I have it at the opposite end because this is kind of just the price to enter. This is something you got to do if you're going to be in this market. So it does keep you in regulatory compliance. That's great. It can reduce your design cost. We saw the chart where it's 10 times if you catch something later on. It can reduce your design costs. It can reduce your design time, and again, that's a little bit harder to quantify, but if you get all the way to the end of the process and you discover something and have to go back, that's going to add a lot of time there. If you got it right the first time, pretty amazing, but then obviously you're not going to have to backtrack any. It does enable better change control because you have this really good set of documentation there, so you know exactly why you did what you did. So when you're going back to question it, and it could be different people as you come back to question it, there's a trail there that says, oh yes, we put this in because enables faster clearance and approval. The FDA will even admit to this. If you have this information and when you're filling out, say, your 510K, if you're trying to get a device cleared, or even a PMA, if you're trying to get it approved through the FDA, they really focus in on how you do your design control. So they like your system and they like how you're doing things. Things go through a lot faster. You can get a hold of information much faster when you need to get back to the FDA in the process. Decreases the likelihood of rework and redesign, definitely. You don't want to be reworking these things. Who was it recently? With the iPhone, and the reception wasn't so good, and so they end up having to give a free cover to go with the iPhone so that you don't have that interruption in that. That's a design issue. I mean, you shouldn't be having to give something out after the fact. That's a form of rework. Decreases adverse events. This is something for devices. You have to report to the FDA if somebody has a mishap with your device. If you've designed it really well, cuts down on that. Decreases complaints, especially when you've involved that end user. You're going to get a product that they like, and so not as many complaints. And it instills pride in making quality products, and surprisingly, a lot of people go for that. I mean, a lot of people really want to do a good job, and doing it in a systematic way can lead to that. I say the number one reason, since we are in business and we're in business to make money, is it increases revenue. Better job security. If your company is successful, maybe they have a bonus system. This certainly would lend to that. Maybe even a bigger bonus. Could increase the stock price or the valuation of your company because you're getting more products out to market, and they're good products. So this is how you make money. Make a quality product. Customers are very happy, and that leads to a really nice reputation. Want to buy products that they make because they're good, they're robust, they work. Now we have increased sales, and then we have increased revenues. So as people in business, we want to meet the safety, we want to meet the efficacy, we want to make money. I think I'm going to make this available to go onto the website, so a little bit hard to see that and write down those really long websites, those URLs. But this Do It by Design is a really excellent document that talks about the human factors. We talked about looking at all the aspects that the end user you need to consider for that. Medical Device Quality Systems Manual is also very good elaboration on the regulation. Because in the regulation, sometimes you get 2 sentences. So this document really helps expand on that and gives you ideas on what to do. The design flaws and quality-related feedback, that's the dissertation by Bruno Gries. And there's a lot of stuff in there about automakers and other things. It's in general, but some good pieces on device. The design control guidance for medical device, that's on the FDA website. And the inspections, compliant enforcement, that document is actually what the FDA inspectors use when they come in. It's kind of their checklist. Go in and look at this. So if you're reading that, you're knowing exactly what they're going to come in and look for because that's what they're going off of. So also really, really good document there. The end.